everyone. I'm Dr. Kaylee from Judge Family Chiropractic. We are a Maximize Living Health Center here in St. Charles, Illinois. I'm here with a patient of mine. Her name is Candice. She has an incredible story that I want her to share with all of you. She's been a patient of mine for about 2 months now, just over 2 months. And when I met her at a grocery store. And we have seen incredible changes since that day that I met her. I really just want her to share her story from her heart for you guys, so that you can see how just simply implementing the 5 essentials of Maximize Living to your life can truly just transform your life incredibly. First of all, the 5 essentials that we teach here in this office are maximize mind, maximize nerve supply, maximize nutrition, maximize oxygen and lean muscle, and then minimizing toxins. We have Maximize Living offices all over the United States, and we're really working on a mission to go out and change people's lives just like Candace. Tell us a little bit about where you were the day that I met you.
Well, I remember I was walking around the grocery store and I saw Dr. Kaylee standing there, and I thought, oh boy, here we go. Another doctor who's going to tell me that they have the solution to my problems. And of course I was completely jaded because I've been to one doctor after another over a series of probably, I would say, a couple of good years at least. And no one had the answer. I had no energy to do anything. I was pretty certain that I was going to be fired from my job because most days I just could not make it into work anymore. I had no strength at all, no energy to do simple things like pick up a coffee cup. I had to do this. I really couldn't write anymore. I couldn't type anymore. It hurt to move, even breathe even. I didn't fit into pretty much mostly any of my clothing. I was miserable, absolutely miserable. And one doctor after another, none of them ever had any kind of diagnosis until finally one said, you have rheumatoid arthritis, even though it never tested positive. He said, we're just going to say you have that. And I thought, okay, we're just going to say I have this. And hopefully everything will work out. And Dr. Kaylee asked me, do you mind if I just, touch the back of your neck? And I thought, sure, I'll play, I'll play along. And as soon as she touched the top of my neck, I knew, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have been telling doctors this for the last 2 years. Something is going on with my spine. Something is going on with my neck. And they never believed me. They always looked at me and said, oh, okay, well, we're going to talk about why you're always in pain, why you're always dizzy, why everything always, why you never have any kind of energy. I never had the energy to play with my kids. All I ever wanted to do was just sleep or just try not to be in pain.
How many medications were you on when you first got here?
5 or 6, I think.
Okay.
And
have you been able to get off any of those?
I was able to, yes, I was able to drop 1 and reduce 2 of the others.
Awesome.
And I've only been here 2 months. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing in itself. I mean, I'm able to wear my suits again. In just 2 months, I dropped 2 sizes in 2 months. It's the smallest little things. I was actually...
Yeah, before we did this, I had her write out a list of everything that's changed for her in the past 2 months, and I kind of just want her to talk about what happened from the beginning. I mean, I remember the first adjustment that you received.
It was amazing.
Yeah, she came back the next day and was dumbfounded.
I truly was, because the very first adjustment, all of a sudden, all of the dizziness and the vertigo just stopped. And I remember I was dizzy coming in here, and I thought, oh, I hope I don't pass out. and she adjusted me. The dizziness stopped. The achiness stopped. The numbness in my arm stopped. The tingling, it's like I had this constant feeling like pins and needles on top of the pain and the achiness, and that stopped. And that was part of, I was able to reduce my pain medication, right then and there. And from there on out, it's just been an amazing journey. I remember there was one day I was up at the counter and I was signing something for Sue, and all of a sudden I just stopped, and I must have had this look of shock on my face, because Sue looked at me and she goes, oh my gosh, what's wrong? And I said, I pulled a pen cap off. You don't know how big this is, and I to be able to pull a pen cap off in over a year. Just simple to wear normal shoes again. Instead of these giant therapeutic shoes all over the place that were clunking around. I had arthritis gloves that I would wear all the time. Just to be able to work, and they are not on. I'm not wearing them anymore. I am almost able to wear my wedding ring again because the size of my fingers has gone down dramatically. My toes are no longer swollen up huge anymore. So yeah, it's, you know, I haven't always been huge on appearance, but I mean, just the way I looked made me depressed too, because I didn't have any energy to do anything for myself, let alone my family. And the other day, my son was sitting in the grocery cart and he wanted to get out. And I just wrapped my arms around him, picked him up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, the little things that you take for granted that you never even thought of, and all of a sudden you have them back and you realize, I've been missing this. I haven't had this for over a year. I just scooped him up and just held him there, and he just looked at me like, okay, mommy, why are you doing this? I'm able to play with my children again. I even got a promotion at work, and everybody's been actually saying to me, Candice, you look amazing. And I'm like, thank you, this is great. And I always tell them about Dr. Kaylee and Judge Family Chiropractic and Maximized Living. And I've been trying to get the message out there, trying to get people to hear it and understand. That's why I'm so happy to do this today, because people need to hear this. In 2 months, the amazing changes that I've gone through.
Even her daughter Vivian, she can tell you just a little bit about what's going on with her and where she started. Just kind of a short snippet of that.
Okay. Well, Vivian was born with hydrocephalus, which is known as water on the brain. And from pretty much day one, she has always had seizures. And for the first few years, the doctors said, no, we don't know what that is. They're not seizures. And then finally, we got a neurologist to admit, those are seizures. And I knew, you know, I said, you know, she's not twitching, but that's gotta be, it's gotta be. And she was always falling down. She had no balance, no coordination. She didn't actually walk until she was 3.5. She is 7 now. She's been seeing Dr. Kaylee for just a month, yeah. And her balance has increased dramatically. She's able to run after and keep up with her 5-year-old brother now. She's able to run and keep up with the other kids at school, able to play with them without falling down 3 or 4 times. And we brought her in here for her dance recital the same day, and she was so cute. She had a little princess outfit on and everything. And she was able to do 2 things in the dance recital that she has never done before. The one was the pirouette where they spin around on 1 foot, and I was flabbergasted. I just stood there. I thought, oh my gosh, she's gonna fall down, but she didn't. She just spun around. She looked at me and smiled. And then she was also able to do that pose that they do like this, and she was never able to do that before either. And yeah, I mean, we have actually been waiting for her to have a seizure because she's been overdue. So, you know, we've been sitting there hearing, she's going to have one any day now. She's going to have one any day now. You know, we've been watching her like a hawk, and it still has not come, and she's been overdue by a month and a half.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
oh my gosh, yeah. And it has saved my life, literally, because I was pretty convinced that I was on the path to death. And I actually had a doctor sit there in front of me and say, just enjoy life for as long as you have it. And I thought, oh, great. So, but yeah, it has literally saved my life. But not only that, I mean, it's, besides just saving my life and changing it, you know, bringing it back to where it was, it's actually changed it for the better for before, when I was actually thought I was feeling fine. I feel great now. I've never felt this great. I mean, I haven't felt this wonderful in years. And I actually attribute this to saving my marriage too, because I'm a happier person. My husband is a happier person. We get along great now. The kids are happy. Alex hasn't had an ear infection in months, and he was overdue for one. And it's all because of Maximized Living and coming here to get adjusted.
Thank you for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate you giving that insight. You know, this can help anybody and everybody out there. For you, those of you guys that are listening to this now, we have an amazing opportunity coming up on Monday, June 25th. It's our Patient Appreciation Day, and that's a time for anybody out in the community to actually come in and get your nervous system checked, get your spine checked to see if there's any damage happening that you may not even know about. You know, that was something that she was gone to the best doctors and had never found that. But within 2 months, again, she's healing and functioning at 100%. And we want to give you guys all that opportunity to do that on Monday, June 25th. We have spots available. I believe we have 15 spots left. So call in. The number is 630-377-3500, and that's Judge Family Chiropractic. And one of our girls can go ahead and set you up for an appointment. We look forward to serving you guys in our community. So if you know anybody that needs to hear this message, get it out to them as soon as possible. Thank you and have a blessed day.